Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at arklatex I'm meteorologist Josh Marces, and this is your Thursday morning forecast. And of course, today setting up to be just a mess of a day for us here as we're starting out with some rain this morning, but as we continue through the morning, we will see a lot of this rain change into freezing rain and then eventually some sleet and even some snowfall as well. And these impacts will be kind of moving across the northern Arklatex this morning and then shifting down to the I-20 corridor this afternoon. So as of right now, it's about 5 a.m. and I'll have another video for you updated between about 8 and 9 a.m. this morning, so you can check back for your updated forecast here. But it looks like at least for the next few hours, we are going to continue to just see liquid rain here for the most part. Again, no changes overnight, so the same kind of information that you were prepared for when you went to bed yesterday holds this morning. We still have that winter storm warning for northeast Texas, McCurtain County, as well as Arkansas. Again, Columbia County added to that warning during the forecast update yesterday. And this is where we would probably see the most significant impacts as far as accumulating ice today. So this is where we'd most likely see power outages, most likely where we'd see some road closures as well. But we know there will likely be some winter weather. Again, Texarkana down to Shreveport, this span of I-49 and I-20 back towards Marshall and Minden as well. We can definitely see some accumulating ice at some point this afternoon or this evening as this cold air makes its way down to I-20. So usually when we're looking at these winter weather events in the Arklatex, the temperatures are cold enough, but we just don't have the precipitation. It's kind of the opposite today. We have an abundance of rainfall and precipitation out there, but we're still waiting on these temperatures to drop off a little more. Radar is suggesting we're seeing maybe some freezing rain starting to mix in northeast Texas, Oklahoma, basically those areas that are in the winter storm warning. I do think right now we do have temperatures that are a few degrees above freezing, so even though radar is suggesting it, I think this is still rain at this point. But what will happen in the next few hours, these temperatures will eventually fall to near freezing, right around 32 degrees or so. And as that happens, that's when we'll see that transition from just a liquid rain into more of a freezing rain as we continue through the morning. So look at your Robins Toyota Futurecast. I actually do think it has a very good handle on how this is going to play out today. So you can see by mid-morning, we maybe begin to see some of this freezing rain along and north of I-30, including perhaps the Texarkana area. So what you're looking at here, blue would mainly be sleet and snow, and this area here in purple, that would mainly be a mix of freezing rain as well as sleet. And again, this is where we'd probably see the impacts to roadways. This is where we would see some ice accumulate on power lines that could lead to some scattered power outages. So you will see the rain for much of the morning in Texarkana, and likely going to see a bit of a transition to the wintry type stuff late morning, early afternoon. Now notice the precipitation starts to wind down a bit, but we still have this band of what will be rain mixed in with freezing rain, sleet, and some snow moving down towards I-20. And we're showing that maybe in the Shreveport area sometime between 3 and 6 p.m. today, and it could linger into the later evening hours tonight, but you can see the precipitation finally begins to dry up and move to the east tonight. So once we get through tonight, it looks like all of this precipitation will come to an end. We'll be very cold though, or lows tonight in the 20s and 30s, so I don't expect we'll see much melt off tonight, but we may see some sun come back tomorrow afternoon and likely temperatures in the low 40s tomorrow. So supposedly we do get ice today. We probably will in a few areas. Again, roadways, especially bridges and overpasses, some of those roadways that shut down today may not reopen until Friday afternoon, and that's just because we probably won't see a lot of this melt off until we get to the afternoon hours on Friday, and certainly the weekend. We'll have highs in the 40s and 50s. Chilly weekend, but warm enough that we'll see anything that accumulates today kind of melt off pretty quickly. So very little change to the ice map here. We were showing yesterday about a 1/4 inch of ice here, and that still looks like it's possible from Mount Pleasant up through Idabel, probably over towards Howard and Sevier counties as well. And then that cold air coming down into Columbia County, we get about a 1/4 inch of ice in Magnolia. Notice here, Shreveport, Texarkana, not showing anything, but it is possible. We are in that winter weather advisory, so it's possible we'll see about a 1/10 of an inch of ice in those locations. And you can see the snowfall map here. We will probably see some snow later this morning. What will happen, the freezing rain will eventually transition to sleet, and then once it gets cold enough in all layers of the atmosphere, we'll probably see some snowfall as well. So we are showing a good 1 to 2 inches here north of I-30. That will fall on top of the sleet and ice, and just make roadway travel pretty hazardous here for the next 24 to 36 hours or so, but it doesn't look like we'll see much in the way of accumulating snow between I-20 and I-30. High temperatures today, don't think of them as your highs. Highs will occur this morning. These will be your afternoon temperatures today at around 3 p.m. We'll be down to 25 in Idabel, right at freezing in Texarkana, and Shreveport at 34 degrees. Shreveport may not drop to near freezing until maybe 4 or 5 p.m. this afternoon. Very cold night, as you would imagine, with this strong cold front moving through. We have lows as far as 19 in Idabel, 26 in Texarkana, and 28 in Shreveport. So that frozen stuff will stay out there on your lawn, on your driveway, on the streets until probably the afternoon hours tomorrow. And then once we hit the weekend, pleasant weekend, it will be on the cool side, but back into the 50s Sunday. And once we get through today, a lot of dry weather taking over. It looks like we'll be dry for the next 7 to 10 days or so. Eventually, by the middle of next week, your highs back into the 60s, and notice your overnight lows likely in the 20s here through at least Sunday night.